Students, today we are going to study the first chapter of English, A Letter to God, written by G.F. Fuentes, a Mexican writer. The story highlights the immense faith of a farmer even in his hardest times. It conveys a message that if we have childlike faith in God, we can accomplish impossible things. Lencho, the protagonist of the story, is a naive and simple farmer. He supports his family through farming. Now, let us discuss the chapter paragraph wise. The house of Lenjo was situated on the top of a low heighted hill, and it was the only one in the valley. One could easily see the river and the cornfield, which was almost ready for harvest. Here, the nature is depicted beautifully, and Lenzo's close relationship with that also very clear. Now we see in the second paragraph, Lenzo hoped for a good rain as it was much needed for a good harvest. He was sure that the harvest was going to yield him good profit. He spent the whole morning gazing at the sky. Then he went to his wife, sharing his expectation that they were going to have rain. The lady agreed by saying, God willing. Here, in this paragraph, the family members of Lenjo are introduced, his wife and sons. While the elder children were walking in the field and the younger ones were playing in the house near the house, Lenjo's wife called everyone for dinner. During their dinner time, rainfall started as Lenjo predicted. Huge clouds could be seen, and the air brought the freshness and smell of rain. Lenjo went out to enjoy the rain. This shows how excited and happy he was. He even compared the raindrops with the coins of 5 and 10 as they were promising him a good harvest resulting in more prosperity. On seeing everything as expected, he looked at his cornfield, which is covered by the curtain of rain happily. But the pleasing rain changed into hailstorm as a strong wind started to blow and huge hailstones began to fall. Here, the author refers to these pellets of frozen rain as new silver coins. The boys went out in the rain to play and collect these hailstones, which looked like frozen pearls. Now we see Lenjo in a disturbing situation. As a farmer, he was able to foresee the danger, so he started worrying and hoped that the storm got over quickly. But it remained for an hour. The hailstones covered the entire valley. Everything looked so white as if it was covered with salt. The trees had shed their leaves, corns were smashed, and the flowers were fallen from the plants. Lenjo's soul was filled with grief as everything was ruined. While standing in the field, he commented, the effect of the storm was worse than that of an effect of locust, which destroys crops. The damage posed a threat to the family's survival, as their entire livelihood was dependent on the year's produce. Although disheartened, the family had robust belief in God. They gave each other support and remembered that no one dies of starvation. Lenjo spent the whole night thinking what to do. He had complete faith in God, as he was instructed that God knows everything, even what is deep in one's conscience, and help everyone in one's problems. Lenjo was an ox of a man. It means he was hardworking day and night in the field like an animal. Still, he knew how to write. The following Sunday, early morning, he began to write letter to God and decided to mail it by going to the town. In his letter, he explained his present situation and demanded 100 pesos to sow his field again and survive until they were ready to harvest. Here we can witness the height of Lenjo's trust in God. He wrote to God on that envelope. After reaching the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it in the mailbox. We know when we logically think it is impossible to get the mail address of God, or it is correct to say there is no such address of God exists. Even the experienced postman in his service never saw such an address, so he laughed at the letter which was addressed to God and he went to the postmaster. The postmaster, a fat and amiable fellow, when he saw the letter first, amused, but immediately he becomes very serious because he was astounded at the amount of faith Lenjo had in God and wished he had the same. Being a sensible and generous person, he decided to help Lenjo in order to keep his immense faith in God intact. He contributed part of his salary and collected money from his colleagues and friends who willingly contributed for an act of charity. But it was not possible for the postmaster to collect 100 pesos. He could only collect 70 pesos. He kept it in an envelope and wrote God on that, so that Lenjo would think that the help came from God. Next Sunday, Lenjo came to the post office looking for the reply. He was very sure that he would get the reply from God. The postman handed him the letter. At the same time, the postmaster, who was feeling satisfied at doing a good deed, oversaw it from his office. But receiving the letter, Lenjo was not at all surprised because his innocence and faith in God was such that he opened it and counted the money. On finding that the amount was less than what he had asked, he became angry because according to him, God cannot make a mistake or he would deny what he asked for. He immediately went to the counter and asked for a pen and paper, wrote a few lines. The wrinkling of his brow shows how upset he was. He was writing again a letter to God. When he completed writing letter, he affixed a stamp on the envelope very angrily and dropped it in the mailbox. As soon as Lenjo went, the postmaster took the letter and opened it. In the letter, Lenjo complained to God that he had only received 70 pesos and he needed the remaining amount. He suggested God not to send money by mail next time because he assumed that the post office employees must have stolen the missing amount. He called them a bunch of crooks. Students, the irony here is that he suspects those people who helped him in his problem. Their integrity and honesty is questioned by him. Now let us see the two conflicts which is explained in the story. One is man versus nature. Lenjo worked so hard to feed the family. He hoped for a good harvest and thereby a prosperous life. But we know his expectation was devastated when the hailstorm destroyed his crops. Here we see Lenjo in a helpless situation when he faces a natural calamity. This is the conflict between man and nature. The second conflict is between human themselves. The postmaster, along with his friends and staff, sent Lenjo money although they didn't know him personally. But Lenjo thought that the post office employees had stolen the money. and even he called them a bunch of brooks. The generosity and humanity shown by them is not appreciated, instead questioned and doubted by Lenjo. This indicates that he couldn't trust humans, and thus a conflict arises. Now, I am giving you some extra questions. Already we have in the chapter oral comprehension and thinking about the test. These questions you can attempt in your classwork copy. How did rain affect Lenjo's life? Why did Lenjo write a letter to God? Why did the postmaster help Lenjo? Lenjo describes the post office employees as a bunch of crooks. Why? Give a character sketch of Lenjo in the light of his attitude towards God and man. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.